two of the best on the mic stepped in the ring tonight. The greatest men's mic, the greatest women's mic, people will argue. They had a way of words against each other. It was CM Punk, it was Becky Lynch, and it was Becky Lynch being uber disrespectful, completely just slapping Punk in the face. Punk just wants to go against Rollins. He wants to get vengeance on Rollins. Becky saying, nope, not on my dime. You ain't messing with my man. Like, just completely, like, disrespecting the hell out of him. And Punk said he's going to get his vengeance on Mr. Rollins, but he says he got something for Becky. Also, we have to notice what came later on this episode. He had a little conversation with Adam Pearce asking where SmackDown is going to be. It said Chicago. He had a big smile on his face. We talked about it in depth yesterday on the Daily. We talked about it on the Wrestling Republic podcast as well that came out this morning. But man, oh man, has the vision become a lot more clear. And I'm not talking about their faction. I'm talking about the potential return of one AJ Lee. Look, I will start off on this. The way that they alluded to AJ Lee, obviously, with Becky responding to the crowd, chanting her name, and everything Punk has said into it. The way Punk just reacted to, man, I need to get her back too. And I got the perfect medicine for that. I got my lady at home that can handle this. And then the closing segments of it's in Chicago. Perfect. If it is not AJ Lee, it may be one of the biggest letdowns this entire year in pro wrestling. But I have a feeling that they're going to deliver. And I have a feeling that she is going to make her return. But all in all, man, I loved everything about this segment. I think both of them did a tremendous job. I want to know what y'all thought about it, man. Anthony, I'm going to open the segue for you first. Give me your thoughts on the Punk versus Becky Mike segment. And, do you think this is leading to Miss AJ Lee returning?
I absolutely love this segment. What I've said multiple times before on this podcast is the fact that professional wrestling has kind of lacked a real, true, compelling story recently. Punk Rollins does it. I know people complain, it's them again. It's a grudge. Anybody that's gone through life and has found somebody that they don't like, they don't just get over the grudge just like that. It brews. It's a slow build. That's one of the things the IWC complain about. It's too much of a slow build. No, they want that instant gratification. I'm completely fine with them slow rolling this. And it's leading to a major event. It's their first show on ESPN. They're going to go all out. Oh, yeah, and it's also competing with All Out. So you're going to do that. Punk and Becky and Seth, and yes, it will be AJ Lee. The reason it works is because it blurs those lines between real and fictional. We know Seth legitimately doesn't like Punk, and we know Punk probably doesn't like Seth either. A lot of that stems from the way Punk left the company, and Seth took it upon himself that he picked up the ball that Punk dropped when he left and views it as, I've helped build this company back up, and now you're just coming in because everything fell apart where you were when you were trying to bring us down. That all works. Now, we know they work together because they did WWE Unreal, which you could clearly see they're all sitting in a circle discussing the Elimination Chamber. But from storyline standpoint, this works. There's a lot of legit animosity. I don't know if Becky legitimately has animosity towards Punk, or it's the animosity of supporting her husband who has animosity with him. I don't know. But either way, I think this is the first true time, at least in WWE, that two husband and wives are probably going to be facing each other at WrestlePalooza on September 20th. This is a smart move because Punk and Seth, they got their thing. World title. That's a compelling rivalry for a relatively young world title that has not been around a significant amount of time, but there's a lot of lineage and pedigree with both Seth and Punk. Then you have Becky with the secondary women's title, the Intercontinental title, which has kind of struggled. The secondaries have struggled. What bigger way than have Becky in a feud potentially with one of the people that have been, coined part of the revolution in WWE in AJ Lee, a dominant Divas champion back in the day. This is like this jersey, they're going to be printing money. It's green. That's what this feud's going to be. So I'm all in to see where they go with this. Punk not dropping Becky. As tempted as I'm sure he was, the GTSer. There was nobody around, but he didn't do it. He held back because AJ's going to jump her. And I got to be honest, at one point during the night when they were doing that, and the way the camera angle was, I'm like, is AJ going to pop up behind her? Because I had just the way they shot that, I could have totally seen her pop up behind her, but obviously she didn't. Chicago's an ideal spot. They live in Chicago. I think they split time between that and LA because I think AJ does a lot of Hollywood stuff now. But Punk has been on record saying he's been trying to get her back to come back into the company. It's not the same company that they left all those years ago. So I'm very much all for this.
For sure. And I definitely agree off of the fact that I do think pro wrestling has been missing a big time storyline. And this is one of those situations where I think they are answering the fans with the fantasy booking of it. I will say this, I had to course correct you for a second. We did have the Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth Phoenix.
Yes, that was a while back. Yes. That is true.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where I'm like, I wasn't 100% certain on that one because I couldn't really remember that one, but this one's probably bigger.
No, it's for sure bigger. No disrespect to the Miz and Maurice. No disrespect to the Miz and Maurice.
No.
It's definitely, I mean, to that point, it's like, it's for people that are renowned as top of the game once it's all said and done. Like, Becky Lynch, I always say, I think she's the greatest WWE women's superstar of all time. A lot of people think AJ Lee is the greatest WWE women's superstar of all time. People are going to put Punk and Rollins both in Mount Rushmore conversations or in Hall of Fame conversations when their careers are done. And it's going to be magnificent. I do want to go through a couple comments first.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I want to go to Josh as well. Look at this pathetic Dallas fan just trying to wreak our happiness. All Eagles WR show say that. Bro, y'all traded Micah Parsons. Go get a Packers jersey, Des.
You got to feel bad for Cowboys fans.
I mean, do you have a VCR, Des? Because you can relive the glory.
You ain't even old enough to know what a VCR is. It's good, Des.
Sorry,
the homie.
We'll talk, Des.
Yeah, man. DCX Warlord saying his call has been answered. No, it's not, because you probably thought Tony D'Angelo was going to be the extra
which really wouldn't have made any sense, to be honest with you.
Nah,
we were talking about it in the chat, in the call yesterday.
The watch along, yeah. None of us made any sense.
Oh, my goodness, man. Fernando Zayas here. Good afternoon. I got to give a special shout out. The Atomic Merp. What's good? My homegirl, she is great people. I told her, yo, you got to be on the comments today. She said, say less. She's here. We also got Roundhead saying he just left the arena, which is really dope, man. I hope you had a good time and enjoyed the show. The biggest takeaway is that Alicia Taylor had a bigger pop than Dragon Lee.
I believe it.
Yeah. Kiana James also did not get any reaction in France, which may be the most difficult thing that you can try to do, but she accomplished it, man. Congrats to her.
Yeah, if you don't get a reaction in Paris, you got to look yourself in the mirror. I mean, it is tough not to get a reaction.
It is insane, bro. But I want to ask you, Josh, man, what are your thoughts, obviously, on the segment that happened tonight? And then, do you think we are going to have our answer, our question answered? Is AJ Lee going to make her return this Friday?
Yeah, it's the same thing as her husband. Before CM Punk returned to WWE and even before AEW, we were always calling for him. And it felt like it was a constant cycle of, oh my God, we may get him. We're not getting him. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, wait, we're not getting him. It's a constant cycle of like, wait a minute. And then it's like, oh, okay. But look, this was the biggest tease we've seen yet. And I'll get to that. But for the promo itself, man, this was one of the best promos in recent memory of Raw, for me at least. I mean, everything about it worked. Rollins sending out his wife to do the talking for him was picture perfect. He's the narcissistic, arrogant champion who sends people to do things for him, even his wife. And that was a great little part of the story. But look, Becky Lynch and Shad, I know you are massive on Becky Lynch, like you just said, and you always have been. But Becky Lynch is incredible. I mean, she went toe to toe with debatably the greatest talker in wrestling history. She plays this heel role perfectly, and I can already tell that this Becky and Seth pairing is going to kill it. And it just works. You know, Becky is this evil assistant alongside the villain of Seth Rollins, and there's that love relationship as well in real life, and I love it. But I mean, look, during this segment, she played that bully that doesn't care about anyone but herself and her husband. She slapped Punk across the face several times, trying to asking Punk to hit her. I really thought Punk was gonna hit the GTS, but when he didn't, I was like, okay, AJ Lee is coming back. And before I was like, there's no way AJ Lee comes back. But then Becky's responding to AJ Lee chants, Punk saying, Becky, you're going to regret that, but not putting his hands on her. That really makes me think we're going to see AJ Lee. But it's just one of those things that would just be, even though I really, really believe it's going to happen, I would still be so surprised by it. Like, it's so hard to keep secrets in this business. And if this is what's happening, it has been kept top tier secret. And that's also just a testament to how big of a storyline this is going to be, how big of a superstar AJ Lee still is. And if that return happens, man, you know, AJ Lee return, Indianapolis, ESPN premiere, WrestlePalooza, it just makes sense. It would be an incredible tag team match. And look, everyone wants to see that, but you know, shout out to Becky and CM Punk. What a promo that was. No one expected CM Punk and Becky to go toe to toe. Everyone thought it was going to be Rollins and Punk, but incredible work. Tip of the hat.
For sure, man. And dude, I gotta also just agree with that. Becky Lynch is one of the greatest talkers herself in her own rightful place, man. Like, if there needs to be a textbook on how to cut promos, they need to let her teach a class on it in the PC for all of these up and coming wrestlers, because she knows how to generate heat. She knows how to get the crowd on her side. She's such a Swiss Army knife when it comes to being able to talk. And like you said, being able to step up in the promo matchup against someone as amazing as CM Punk and not look beneath him at all. Look toe to toe in this tonight, looked above him, obviously, because she had to get the upper hand in it. Was incredible. And I think, to me, like, this dynamic between her and Seth is going to be like a Triple H and Stephanie McMahon dynamic, is that couple that's going to be so powerful.
Authority.
Yeah. That's why I always say Seth is like Little Hunter to me in a sense, right? Like, I don't know, like we were talking about it, comparing him to Michaels, but I think character-wise, he's so much like Triple H to me.
Absolutely.
And also, Trek reviewer, you were talking crazy. Okay, we're gonna lose to
How'd that work out last time? Okay.
I'm Shad, bro. I'm Shad. That's who Shad is. I can comment too while you talking crazy. Thank you for watching the show, man. Don't feel alarmed. Don't leave. We're all having fun here. You have two favorite teams, it seems. You are rooting against two teams. You root for two AFC teams that don't like each other.
Little conflict of interest.
Philly versus everybody.
Yeah, you should probably watch a different sport and probably watch Star Wars instead of Star Trek.